What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? This is Enlightenment Webcast with Kenshu Booty. We're going to get into today the key to above and below, which is from the Emerald Tablets. This is the tablet number 11. It's the Emerald Tablets of Thoth or Tahuti. And throughout these tablets, Tahuti is sharing wisdom and knowledge of what's taking place on the planet. And he is the wisdom giver of all the cultures in the past. And to today, you still see that same teaching going on today. But just, it just changed as the cultures changed. And the reason why I want to get into this is because I read this about 3 weeks ago. And it kind of gave me confirmation of what I've already been kind of sharing with others about what's taking place in this cosmic body. And it just laid down pretty much everything that I've been sharing. So it's a lot of amazing information in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, even though I haven't read all of them. I'm that type of person that meditates and gets revelation through my meditation, and then I always get outward confirmation. So whenever I read this, I'm like, wow, it just confirms that with the information that I'm receiving within my universe within, because we all have a universe within, or a cosmos within, or what the Bible would call the kingdom of God within, which is really all the information that we need. If we're looking outside for information, we already have this information within. But our soul must expand to a point to where it can receive more levels of consciousness. So I want to share tablet 11 of the Emerald Tablets and kind of go through it. I kind of stop and break it down as we go. So it says, hear you. I'm not going to say ye, I'm going to say you, because the ye is really you. Hear you and list. List is listen. Hear you and listen, you, O children of Kim, Kemet, to the worlds that I give, that shall bring you to the light. You know, O men, that I knew your fathers. Yes, your fathers in a time long ago. Deathless have I been through all the ages, living among you since your knowledge began, leading you upward to the light. Of the great soul have I ever striven, drawing you from out of the darkness of the night. Know you, O people amongst whom I walk, that I, Thoth, have all the knowledge and all the wisdom known to man since the ancient days. Keeper have I been of the secrets of the great race, holder of the key that leads into life. Bringer up have I been to you, O my children, even from the darkness of the ancient of days. Listen you now to the words of my wisdom. Listen you now to the message I bring. Hear you now the words I give thee, and you shall be raised from the darkness to light. Far in the past, when first I came to thee, found I thee in caves of rocks, lifted I thee by my power and wisdom, until thou didst shine as men amongst men. Found I thee without any knowing. Only a little were you raised beyond beast. Fanned I ever the spark of thy consciousness, until at last you flame as men. Now shall I speak to the knowledge ancient beyond the thought of thy race. Know you that we of the great race had and have knowledge that is more than man's. Wisdom we gained from the starborn races. Wisdom and knowledge far beyond man. Down to us had descended the masters of wisdom, and far beyond us, as I am from thee. Listen you now while I give you wisdom. Use it, and you shall be free. Now, Thoth is telling these people that at a time, the consciousness was at a low state. So Thoth came in and shared his extensive wisdom and knowledge of what he'd known through You know, thought is really thought. Okay, so these humans back then was given a higher thought and extensive wisdom so that they can share with the others. Okay, so let me go back a little bit. Know you that in the pyramid I build are the keys that shall show you the way into life. A, draw you a line from the great image I build to the apex of the pyramid, built as a gateway. Draw you another opposite in the same angle and direction. Dig you and find that which I have hidden. There you find the underground entrance to the secrets hidden before you were men. Tell you I now of the mystery of cycles, the move and movements that are strange to the finite, but for the infinite are they beyond knowledge of men. Know you that there are 9 of the cycles, A, 9 above and 14 below, moving in harmony to the place of joining that shall exist in the future of time. Know you that the lords of the cycles are units of consciousness sent from the others to unify this with the all. Highest are they of the consciousness of all the cycles, working in harmony with the law. Know they that in time all will be perfected, having none above and none below, but all one in a perfected infinity, a harmony of all in the oneness of all. So he's saying right here in the Emerald Tablets, if I can stop this thing, that there's more than one Lord. There's lords of every consciousness, which is every level of consciousness is a cycle. Okay, within this cosmic body, there are different levels of consciousness. We see them as planets, you know, but there's different levels of consciousness, which are all cycles within this cosmic body. So what's going on in this cosmic body is also going on within you. Okay, and as we go, we're going to learn what this is all about. We're going to learn that this is all about soul growth. Okay. Deep neath the earth's surface, in the halls of Amenti, sit the 7, the lords of the cycles. A, and another, the Lord from below. Yet know thee that in infinity there is neither above nor below. But ever there is and ever there shall be oneness of all when all is complete. Often have I stood before the lords of all. Often at the fount of their wisdom have drunken and filled both my body and soul with their light. Spake they to me and told me of cycles and the law that gives them the means to exist. A spake to me, the Lord of the 9, saying, O thought, great are you among earth children, but mysteries exist of which you know not. You know that ye came from a space-time below. This and know you shall travel to a space-time beyond. So these thoughts are coming to these humans, and what's being said by the highest Lord in this cosmic body is that you are growing. You're going through the stages. You don't know everything where you are right now. You know all the wisdom and knowledge on the conscious level that you're on. But there's more wisdom and knowledge that you need to know as you continue to grow, as you continue to expand within. You will understand these different levels of consciousness. Okay. But little you know of the mysteries within them. Little you know of the wisdom beyond. Know you that you as a whole in this consciousness are only a cell in the process of growth. That's very good, because we are in this human body, which is nothing but a cell. Okay, and within this human body, we have trillions of cells that's working to keep the body going and flowing. Okay, so all these cells within our body have a job to do, just like we have a job to do in this part of the body that we're in this cosmic body. So the cells within our body have light within them. And whenever a cell leaves that part of the body, that light will go to another part of the body and go into a different form of cell and gain more light until it is complete within the body. And then once that light is complete, it will go to a place of rest within the body, and it will go out of the body as a sperm cell, or it will be in the body as an egg or within the egg. Okay? So that sperm cell light will meet the light that's within the egg, and they will form a greater, more macro life. Okay? If that makes sense to you. But this is what's taking place. Just like we are gaining light with on the earth within this cosmic body, and as we expand and we grow within this cosmic body, depending on the light that we have gained, the light, which means the wisdom and the knowledge that we have gained, and the strength that we have gained through our experiences, we will go to a certain point within the cosmic body, or we will be independent of the cosmic body. Okay, depending on how much light we have gained or received, or how much our soul has grew and expanded. Okay? The consciousness below thee is ever expanding in different ways from those known to thee. It though in space and time below thee is ever growing in ways that are different from those that were part of the ways of their own. For know that it grows as a result of thy growth, but not in the same way that thou didst grow. The growth that thou had and have in the present have brought into being a cause and effect. No consciousness follows the path of those before it, else all would be a repetition in vain. Each consciousness in the cycle it exists in follows its own path to the ultimate goal. Each plays its part in the plan of the cosmos. Each plays its part in the ultimate end. The further the cycle, the greater its knowledge and ability to blend the law of the whole. So what it's saying right here, as you expand from where you started at, from where you begin at, greater that knowledge you will be. It's like you're looking at a pyramid from the ground and you see, the three points of it. But once you get at the top of that pyramid, you're going to see 4 points at the bottom, and you're going to be at 1 point at the top. So you will see that it's 5 points. Okay? So it's like you would know more. You will see the truth for what it really is. The further you go up. Okay, let's move on. Know you that you in the cycles below us are working the minor parts of the law, while we of the cycle that extends to infinity take of the striving and build greater law. Each has its own part to play in the cycles. Each has its work to complete in its way. The cycle below thee is yet not below thee, but only formed for a need that exists. For know ye that the fount of wisdom that sends forth the cycles is eternally seeking new powers to gain. You know that knowledge is gained only by practice, and wisdom comes forth only from knowledge. And thus are the cycles created by law, means are they for the gaining of knowledge, for the playing of law that is the source of the all. See, all these cycles that's being talked about is on different understanding. So the highest cycle of this cosmic body, you will have a more specific understanding of what's going on. There's lower cycles that don't give you the full understanding. It just gives you little pieces. And as you go up the cycles, you will get more of those pieces. And when you get to the top, you will put all your pieces together and you have a better understanding of what's taking place within this cosmic body. So as your soul expands and grows throughout your human body, you will begin to understand exactly what's going on as your soul matures and grows. So as your soul expands beyond the body, then you will understand much more than these cycles. But the soul has to expand beyond the human body to understand more of what's going, more than what's going on within the cycles. But all these cycles are learning grounds for soul growth. The cycle below is not truly below, but only different in space and time. The consciousness there is working and testing lesser things than those you are. And know, just as you are working on greater, so above you are those who are also working as you are, yet other laws. The difference that exists between the cycles is only in ability to work with the law. We who have being in cycles beyond thee are those who first came forth from the source and have indeed passes through time and space, gained ability to use laws of the greater that are far beyond the conception of man. Nothing there is that is really below thee, but only a different operation of law. It keeps on mentioning that there's nothing above or below. Just to let you know all these things are working together, okay, to bring you to one complete balance, okay? No matter if you see it as lowly or your low self or your higher self. Look thee above or look thee below, the shall you find, for all is but a part of the oneness that is at the source of law. The consciousness below thee is a part of thine own, as we are a part of thine. You as a child had not the knowledge that came from you when you became a man. Compare you the cycles to a man in his journey from birth unto death, and see in the cycles below thee that the child with the knowledge he has, and see you yourself as the child grown older, advancing in knowledge as time passes on. And I don't know if y'all read the Bible before. It says, when I was a child, I think as a child, spoke as a child, I acted as a child. But when I became a man, I let go of childish things. Okay, now we know where these passages in the Bible, come from. That was the Bible is written on a different conscious level, on a different cycle, okay, than this passage is written on. This passage is written on a higher conscious level. Advancing in knowledge as time passes on. See, we also, the child grown to manhood with the knowledge and wisdom that came with the years. So also, O Thoth, are the cycles of consciousness, children in different stages of growth. Children in different stages of growth, yet all from the one source, the wisdom, and all to the wisdom returning again. See, all these things that we learn and gain here is on different stages. We talk about religion, and we talk about how, religion is teaching the wrong things, and religion is slavery, and all these things are, from the European and all these things. But we have to understand the stages that these things are on. Religion is on a lower stage, okay? Just like you teach your kids stories, okay? And as a kid grows, these stories feed their subconscious. So all these stories, all these religious books are feeding your subconscious. And then later on, as the soul continues to mature and grow, you can pull from the story and say, hey, this is what this was really talking about. But the answers are within the story, but you can't consciously see the answer, but subconsciously you are holding all these stories within, and then once your soul matures and grows, you're going to pull the answer from out the book that you have read. Okay? But it's just stories to give you an idea of what's really taking place behind the scenes or on a higher conscious level. Okay? So I'm not going to sit here and say these different religious books are wrong, because they're stories, for that level of consciousness. Okay, so if you're on a higher level of consciousness, you shouldn't look down and say y'all are doing it wrong down there. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say, oh, I graduated from that stage, so now I'm going to kick them in the head and say y'all are doing it wrong. You have to understand what's taking place. These are different stages that you're going through. These are different levels of consciousness. As your consciousness becomes greater, you will understand things in more specifics. Okay? That's just a stage of consciousness. All these stages are working together. As you go up the stages, or as your soul expands, you will begin to see things clear. In the Bible, it talks about Jesus, the character Jesus, or what some would say Jesus is Serapis. If you look at the word Serapis, is serpent. Okay, it's the serpent. It's the Kundalini energy rising within the body. Okay, so this character Jesus is playing is rising at different stages, and when he gets to a certain stage, he dies to his body and he ascends. Just like whenever the Kundalini energy gets to the heart, goes into the holies of holies, you die to yourself, or you're reborn again, or you're going into a higher stage of consciousness. Okay, you're going to another level of consciousness. You're dying to a lower level of consciousness, going to a higher level of consciousness. Okay, so the Jesus character is shown as an example in the Bible, and put some dirt on somebody's eyes, and the person could not see clearly. Okay, he just said, "I see trees," but he didn't see the clear picture, because that's where he was in his consciousness. That's where he was in his thinking. Okay, so all this is showing you that you go through different stages. Okay, they may not see it clear down there on the lower stages of consciousness. Even though all this is working together, that is just a stage of consciousness that they're on. And as they continue to mature and grow, they will understand more and more and more, and they'll see things clearly. Ceased then he from speaking, and sat in silence that comes to the Lord's. Then again spake he unto me, saying, O Thoth, long have we sat in Amenti, guarding the flame of life in the halls. Yet no, we are still part of our cycles, with our vision reaching unto them and beyond. Know we that of all, nothing else matters excepting the growth that can gain with our soul. Nothing matters except the growth of the soul. It's all about soul growth. It's all about you maturing and expanding what you understand, your strength, and what you know, so that you can get prepared to leave this cosmic body and go independently from this cosmic body and into something greater. Okay? It's just like when a baby is depending on the body of the mother, and the baby comes out of the mother, the umbilical cord gets clipped, or if some parents choose to leave the placenta, the umbilical cord hooked on to the placenta for a while, but the baby comes independent from the mother. Okay? It's the same thing. Whenever you're ready, you will become independent from this cosmic body that you're in. But whenever you are ready. So all these experiences that's growing your consciousness, even though it may be what you'll see as bad experiences or what you'll see as good experiences, you're expanding your consciousness. Not just up, you're going down and out. You're expanding your consciousness. So you're learning all these experiences. You're learning all these things through your experiences so that you will be prepared and strong enough and mature enough to be independent from this cosmic body. So it's all about the expansion of your light, which is your soul. Okay, you're gaining more light for soul growth. Okay, your soul is becoming greater. You're the soul, and you're becoming greater. Okay. Nothing else matters except the growth we can gain with our soul. Know we the flesh is fleeting. The things men count great are nothing to us. The things we seek are not of the body, but are only the perfected state of the soul. When you as men can learn that nothing but progress of soul can count in the end, then truly you are free, not free from all bondage, free to work in harmony of law. Know, O man, you should aim at perfection. Only thus can ye attain the goal. Though you should know that nothing is perfect, yet it should be thy aim and thy goal. You know, one day I just started calling people perfections. I said, you are perfection at your truest state. You are the soul. The soul is perfect. The soul is what attains the perfection. Okay? As you grow through the stages, as you experience these different things, you are becoming more perfect. Okay? You are not your physical body. You are the soul within. And you are perfect. You are being perfected in all of your experiences. Okay? So this is what it's talking about. Whenever I call people perfections, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You are perfect at your truest state. Okay? Everything around you is not perfect, but you are perfect. As you go up the levels of consciousness and you become more aware, you would see that you are perfect. You won't see yourself as your experiences or what you went through and all these things that may have happened to you. That has nothing to do with who you truly are. You are perfection. And you're the only thing that can be perfect. Okay? Let's keep on going. Soon go I down to the halls of Amenti to live beneath the cold flower of life. You whom I have taught shall never more see me, yet live I forever in the wisdom I taught. All that man is because of his wisdom. All that he shall be is the result of his cause. Listen you now to my voice and become greater than common man. Lift your eyes upward. Let light fill your being. Be thou ever children of light. Only by effort shall you grow upward to the plane where light is the all of the all. But you, the master of all that surrounds thee, never be mastered by the effects of the life. Create then ever more perfect causes, and in time shalt thou be a son of the light. Free, let thine soul soar ever upward, free from the bondage and the fetters of night. Lift thy eyes to the sun and the sky space. For thee, let it be a symbol of life. Know that thou art the greater light, perfect in thine own spirit. You are perfection in your own space. Your soul, as it expands in its own spirit, you are perfect. Okay? When thou art free, look not ever into the blackness. Lift up thine eyes to the space above. Free, let thine light flame upward, and shall thou be a child of the light. You are gaining more light on your journey here. You are gaining more strength. Okay? The darkness gives birth to the light because the darkness wants to express itself in the open. Okay? You come from the dark womb of your mother and out, and the baby is the light. And the baby is growing and showing the creation that came from the darkness into the light. Okay? So you are here for soul growth, to expand and grow beyond this physical body so that you can be prepared to leave this body and be independent of this cosmic body. Depending on how much light that you gain within this body depends on where you will go whenever this human body dies. Okay? But your job here is to continue to gain more growth. Okay? It's all about soul growth. Okay? And you have different cells in your body that have light within it. And you are the house for them. Okay? And as they go through the stages, they will come out of the body eventually. The resting place was at the sacral chakra area. It will come out the sperm, or it's in the egg of the woman, and that's when that sperm meets that egg, and they meet together. You know, you must release yourself to find yourself. The sperm enters into the womb and meets the egg and grows into a greater mass of light. Okay? So, it's a beautiful thing, you know. It's a beautiful thing that's taking place. You know, when we see it for what it really is. You know, and I'm going to share a little bit more whenever I'm writing my book right now. So I'm going to share a little bit more in the book that I write about how the cells are working and how this body is going out and what's going on within this cosmic body on a more specific level. Okay? But the Emerald Tablets is really breaking down, you know, while we're here. And it really gave me confirmation of what's really taking place. You know, I've always been a meditator, and I always get all this information that comes to me. And I always get the confirmation outwardly, you know. I don't knock people that sit down and read books and read and get all this information from other men or women. But that's cool. If you're hungry for knowledge, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with getting knowledge. We should all get knowledge. Okay, but don't allow the outer knowledge to take away from you going within, because the true answers are all within. You have all the answers that you need within. We look outside of ourselves for answers all the time, you know, but we don't see the clear picture, or we don't see the full picture on the outside. Okay, we just see a little piece of the cosmic body, but our body is a cosmos within itself. So we have all the answers that we need within us. As our soul expands within this body, we will receive more and more answers and more specific answers. Okay? And then when we look outside of ourselves, which is within this cosmic body, we will get confirmation. Okay? Because we are in a body. It's a cosmic, we call it the cosmic body, or the cosmic mother. Okay? But we must leave this body and go on to greater. Okay? Either you can choose to stay within this body and go into different consciousness or different realities within this cosmic body, or you can be independent of this body and create on the greater level. Okay? The choice is yours. Okay? When the time is right for you to leave this body, you will. You will leave this body eventually. Okay? But I just wanted to share this. Tablet 11, the key to above and below. Really, really great information in this tablet, and it's very confirming for me. Within each consciousness, there are different cycles within this cosmic body. But once you leave this cosmic body, you know, you're not in a cycle anymore. You're not going in a circle. Okay? But you must continue to expand and continue to grow and break free from the cycles. Okay, these stories right here are talking about this cosmic body. Okay, but there's much greater beyond this cosmic body. Okay, I've seen much greater beyond this body that I will share at a later time. But this is the key to above and below, the Emerald Tablets of thought. Okay, the higher thoughts. Continue to receive these higher thoughts and understand that you are everything. Everything, every experience that other people are having. Everybody else is you. We are all together. And we are all the all. Okay? We are everything within us. This human body has everything that we need. Everything, every experience, every emotion. And people are talking to you crazy or bad, it's you. That's you too. Any fear, anything that people are showing to you, that's you too. Okay? That's the whole thing about Jesus dying on the cross and taking away the sins of the world. Okay? You owning up to everything out there in front of you. This, you're looking through your eyes at your experience, and people are showing you different things. This is for you. That's your stuff. You own up to that stuff. You understand all this is you. Don't run away from none of this stuff. The fear, the doubt. Don't run away from any of these things that happen in your experience, because it's showing you something. It's showing you that no matter what it is, good or what you see as bad, it's all you. Okay? So find balance in between all these things and understand that these things are showing you stuff to strengthen you. You will understand why these people are doing that, because you'll understand that their feeling that they're expressing to you is really you. Understand that feeling so that you may can help that person. Understand that fear that's come from that person so that you can help that person. Whenever you allow all these things to flow through you, your aura will be great, and people will feel that energy. The right people will come around you that you need to help, and you will understand how to help them, because you're not running from different emotions and fears, and you're not running from different love. You're not running from different things in your life. You're just allowing it to flow through you. You're being free to it. Okay? You're not trying to run or tighten up from it. Hide from it. You're being free. You're in the Garden of Eden again. You're free. You're not trying to hide from anything anymore. Okay? Much love to y'all. Greatness, wholeness to y'all. Understand that you are everything. Within you is everything. You have plenty of life within you that you are in control of, because the life is within you and dependent upon you. Okay? Much love.